Howdy, folks. I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. So as you can see, we're doing a Valentine's special today.
Yes, although it's after Valentine's Day for you, so happy half price candy day.
Yes. So happy half price candy day.
You can't see it, but I have little hearts on my suspender skirt,
Yeah.
so that's a half of a heart.
Hang around to the end, and we'll show you more of her outfit. All right. Our first letter is titled, "Am I a jerk for refusing to apologize to my mother-in-law after she saw me wearing underwear?" This happened yesterday morning at 9 in the morning. I'm a 33-year-old female and I was in the kitchen eating breakfast wearing my regular underwear. Suddenly, I hear a gasping sound coming towards me. so, so she just bolted forward. She didn't turn around and discreetly leave. I turned and saw mother and sister yelling about what I was wearing. I was in utter shock and just froze in my seat. My husband was asleep at the time, and he must have heard that his mom and sister screamed because he ran downstairs to ask what was going on. His mom started ranting loudly about what an inappropriate scene that she and her daughter saw. An inappropriate scene. I mean, I don't know why she would say it was appropriate. I'm still sitting in shock when my husband starts yelling at me to put something on quickly. Why not? Why does she have to be the one who runs
Right,
away
why doesn't
quickly?
he Mom, turn around, go the other
Yeah,
way?
why don't you guys just vacate the kitchen? Did you really need to go in there and start being like, "Oh, hey, guess what? Oh, we're seeing you in your underwear right now, and we are highly offended, but we're going to continue to sit here and stare at you." That's how this feels to me. I went upstairs while his mom kept yelling after me, calling me shameless and inappropriate. Then I heard my husband say that it won't happen again. "Oh yeah, it won't happen again, Ma. Don't worry. This won't happen again." I was so mad, I put on a coat and I went downstairs and started arguing with my mother-in-law. I told her that she shouldn't have come over without notice, but it turns out my husband told her to come over at 9 to discuss a family crisis. Another family crisis,
Yeah,
apparently.
well, note how he didn't bother to inform
Yeah.
OP.
It's like, oh yeah,
And he was sleeping at the time. I'm gonna sleep in and invite my mom over to see you in your underwear.
this presumably is something she does often, right?
Yeah, so he didn't give her a heads up and be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, my mom is coming over."
My mother-in-law said that I was in the wrong for walking around half naked, knowing that she has a key and might show up any minute. What kind of reasoning is that?
I think the only thing that proves is that she doesn't need a key.
Yeah, the only thing that proves is she does not need a key here. I told her it's my home, and she said it's her son's home too, which automatically makes it her home? I love the logic here.
Yeah.
We argued, and my husband told me to knock it off and to apologize, but I refused and went back upstairs. Then, after his mom and sister left, he called me childish and inappropriate. I tried to explain my side, but he said what's done is done, and he promised his mom that I will apologize, but I said I will never apologize, and she's gonna have to wait decades for that. He got upset and called me disrespectful towards my guests. My mother-in-law is technically a guest, so he's still nagging me for an apology to his mom via email to get this over with. Am I the jerk for not apologizing? I'll apologize if it turns out that I'm the jerk here. Edit, wow, there's so many comments here and I can't respond to all of them. However, just some quick info stuff. First and foremost, I'm not American. I wish, lol, you guys probably figured out this by the horrific grammar, but I did my best. Actually, OP, your grammar is not that bad. Really not bad. Mother-in-law has a copy of the key. After what happened, I told my husband to tell his mom to give back the key, but he said no, and he won't punish her for something that I did. Yes, he tends to take her side more often. She's super conservative and does not like me very much. So this is just an excuse,
Yeah.
basically, to be even more mad at OP. Oh, and one more thing. This country that I live in, not my country originally, treats women as possessions instead of calling me by my name. They would say Eric's wife or his woman, which is rude and offensive. Another, for example, is that there are lots of places women cannot access, and seeing a woman drive can be seen as an unusual thing for them. The reason I married my husband was that he was different from them. Truth be told, I've been feeling overwhelmed and depressed lately, and mom isn't near, so I could visit and vent to her. Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Very much not the jerk. Like, your husband needs to step up and put some boundaries with his mom.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, this could have all been avoided had, like, her husband actually told her that.
Yeah, like, had her husband done anything at any step of the way, either
Yeah,
not invited his mom over at 9 a.m.
yeah.
or notified OP that his mom was coming over at 9 a.m., so you probably want to wear pajamas
And,
downstairs.
like, who doesn't knock at 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
Right? Even if you have a key to someone's house, I usually find it pretty customary to knock on their door instead of just letting yourself
Well,
in,
the key is
unless,
like for emergencies. And so, like,
yeah,
if you know they're home, you usually just knock.
yeah, you don't, like, I don't know, like, maybe this is different from person to person, but let me know if this is like the norm for you, like if this is just something where, like, culturally, for instance, where I've been raised, usually you knock even if you have a key, but this may be different from other places.
Well,
So
I guess it depends on like how close you are to the family too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because there are definitely, like if I went to my parents' house, like even though I haven't lived there in a decade, I wouldn't knock. I'd just go right in. So
Yeah, but I mean, we always knock when we went over to my mom's house, for
yeah,
instance, right? So I think it's just from person to person. But I mean, for instance, I was always let myself into my grandma's house because she had mobility issues and it was more of a pain for her to get up
and
and
get the door.
yeah, and so yeah, there was never any question about when we would show up because we would always give them a heads up anyhow. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that OP's the jerk in this situation. I think it's horrible that she's been treated and being treated this way.
Yeah. Our next story is, am I the jerk for bringing up my sister's failed marriage when she judged my parenting? My sister Julie is a 48-year-old female, and she recently separated from her husband, and she didn't have a place to stay since he kicked her out. Reason is she was caught having an affair.
Ouch.
I'm a 29-year-old male, not happy about what she did, but I guess she's still my sister, you know. So for now, she's staying here with my 13-year-old nephew.
It's quite a bit of an age gap.
Yeah. Her oldest is with his dad and doesn't want to see her at all. My daughter is 11 and she's already having her periods. Her mom's not around, so she's with me full time. We only have one bathroom, so she keeps her pads there because it's more convenient, obviously. Julie's older, so I know she has a different thinking. She's been super judgy about it. When she first saw them, she gave the pads to my daughter and told her, "Those stay in your room, honey. Everyone else uses the bathroom too." I asked her,
Oh my
I
goodness.
know, like, I mean, I keep my menstrual products in the bathroom. Like,
I like this is just like I'm a guest in your house and I'm also a woman and I'm also deeply offended by seeing pads.
yeah. I asked her, WTF? My daughter is allowed to have them there. Julia thinks it's not appropriate to have her pads there because other people could see them. Then she didn't want to hear my argument because I'm a guy and just don't understand. Okay, take it from a woman. Like, it's totally cool to have your pads in the bathroom. My brothers and cousins are coming over later, so we're cleaning up a bit. Again, she tells my daughter she should put them in her room for now until everyone leaves. I confront her about it because it's not even a big deal, but it's because everyone will know she's on her period.
Oh no, they'll just know that she has
Has a
a
period.
period.
And I said, well, there's also toilet paper in the bathroom, so everyone knows people take a poo in this house. What does it matter if they know someone in the house is also having periods? It's not exactly the secret thing nobody knows about. When she said she's just caring about her niece since I'm not being a good father, setting a proper example for her.
A proper example.
I told her I'm not the one who imploded their kids' lives for having adult fun time with another man, so she has no right to tell me what kind of parent I am. And that did not go well. She called me a bunch of names and then she went crying in the guest room. I'm still mad about what she said. Obviously, she thinks I was a huge jerk for what I said, for bringing up the issues in her marriage right now that she's in a vulnerable place. Maybe because I'm mad, it's hard to see why I'd be the jerk when what I actually said was the truth. Am I the jerk?
Well, I mean, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
I'm leaning toward not the jerk here. I mean, was what he said nice? No, but his sister
No.
was also being a pushy jerk and telling him he was a bad parent when she has ostensibly done something that's more
Yeah.
harmful to her children. Like, OP is being a very good parent in this situation. He's trying to make periods a very normal thing for her daughter that she doesn't feel ashamed about.
Mm-hmm.
And his sister's over here is like, you have to hide this. This is a disgusting thing you don't want people to know about.
Yeah, well, I think I think it was a little bit of a low blow. I think he could have handled it in such a like, well, if you don't like how we handle menstrual products in this house, then you don't have to live here type
Well,
of situation.
absolutely.
I think that like, yeah, she messed up, and I think she probably feels that she messed up pretty badly, especially if she's gone off and is very, very upset by it. And I mean, I think that like OP did a defensive type thing, but I don't necessarily know that this was like the right thing to say, and I think there could have been a better way to handle it. I'm not necessarily going to judge him as the jerk.
Yeah, I mean, I would
I
say,
think that he had his heart in the right place to like defend his daughter against this.
yeah, and I think the most important thing is making sure that periods don't become something stigmatized and shameful for his daughter. So,
Hmm.
um, but because of that, like, yeah, he could have handled the situation better, but in the heat of the moment, I think it's not. It doesn't make him a jerk. It just makes him human.
Yeah, I mean, but aren't humans jerks?
Well, they can be, but I think his sister, has the upper hand on
Yeah.
jerkiness here.
Well, I mean, my meter is like, I'm halfway there. I'm almost like, I'm not sure that he's the jerk, but, I don't think he's the jerk for telling his sister off, but I think maybe the way he did it might make him a little jerky, just given like it was such a low blow. And that's where I have the biggest problem. She's definitely like pegging my jerk meter out, so it's like,
Well, I'm just like, I'll give him a pass on this because I think, getting his sister to shush is more important.
yeah, I do definitely think that he needed to stick up for his daughter, and I'm glad he did. Well, well, well. What do you have here? It's a tea time.
Yes.
Amber and I both have the same tea today.
So, I bet you can't guess what that is.
So guess what teas we have? Oh, what do you know? Amber's going to do a joke today.
Yes.
All right, I'm ready for this.
Why was the famous musician struck by lightning?
I don't know why.
He was a good conductor.
Oh, that's awful. That's terrible.
Love it. I'm a physicist here, so.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
So just to let you know what type of tea we had, it's mint tea.
It is minty.
Mint tea. And I did Wordle in 3.
Got it in 4, but Brian cheated. I gave him accidental hints. He knew what vowels couldn't be in the word because of me.
Yeah, Amber accidentally told me a bunch of information, so that's why I did so well today. I probably would have gotten it in like 5, to be quite honest. So thanks, Amber, for letting me cheat. All right, our next letter is titled, "Am I a jerk for telling a girl to hit me up if she decides to become a man?" I'm a 25-year-old male, and I went out with friends last night, and we went to a bar. This girl made eye contact with me when I walked in, and I smiled at her. I'm a gay man, and I thought nothing of it. About 20 minutes later, the same girl walks up to my friends and I. It's clear she's very drunk, and says to me, "Do you want to buy me a drink?" To which I replied, "No, sorry, I just want to hang out with my friends." I'm still not totally comfortable telling any old stranger on my first meeting that I'm gay, so this seemed like the best course of action to me. She looks rejected and a bit frustrated now behind her glossy eyes and says, "A pretty girl wants a drink and you say no?" Now I'm getting frustrated and I kind of snap and I say, "Well, I'm gay, so pretty girls don't work on me." She snarkily laughs and goes, "Well, if you ever decide to date women, let me know." To which I very snappily replied, "If you ever decide to become a man, let me know." You could tell that she was embarrassed, and my friends all kind of got mad at me for saying that, and that I should have had patience and been nicer. Am I the jerk?
No,
All right.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, I don't think that he's necessarily the jerk. I think that they might have been able to handle it a little bit better, but I mean, also, it was kind of a funny snapback.
Right. I mean, I think like he was just turning her words on her because
Yeah.
she's like, if you ever decide you want to date women,
Yeah,
like you can
like,
change him.
yeah.
And so it's like,
Well, I think like OP made it clear that they were gay and they weren't interested in
Yeah.
women, and she just kind of took it to the next level.
yeah.
And he kind of just served her back what she dished out.
Right. It wasn't out of thin air. He had told her, "I'm not interested in pretty girls."
Yeah, he didn't walk into the bar, walk up to her and like, "Hey, don't even try it. I'm gay."
Right. She tries hitting on him. It doesn't work, and she won't let it go.
He didn't like walk into the bar, make eye contact with her and like, "No. I'm gay. Don't you even dare get any ideas with me."
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think it's wrong. I think it was just kind of a funny comeback that he made in response to her. And it's like on the same level because, like, he's gay, he's not interested in dating women.
Mm-hmm.
She's a woman, is probably not interested in being a man. So it's like, here's something that's like equally something you don't want.
Yeah, yeah.
Our next story is: Am I the jerk for not correcting my daughter when she says she is just like Mulan because she is white? My 8-year-old daughter is autistic, and her favorite Disney princess is Mulan. Ever since she was little, she was completely obsessed with her. And whenever asked why she was her favorite, besides the obvious that Mulan is a hero, she would always say how her and Mulan are just alike and how she likes how Mulan never knew what she was doing either. This is in reference to the beginning of the film before Mulan went off to war in disguise when Mulan sings the first two songs. In the first, she seems a bit out of sync with everyone else, and the second is Reflection, where she sings about feeling the need to fit in and how she doesn't think people will like the real her. My daughter has always struggled with making friends and fitting in with other kids at school, so Mulan's journey of eventually finding her path really sticks with her. That being said, I can understand how it can sound when my daughter, who is not Chinese or of Asian descent, says that her and Mulan are just alike, but because I know the context, I didn't see anything wrong with her wording it like that. However, I took my daughter on a play date with one of my coworkers and her daughter, and the subject of Disney princesses came up. My daughter, of course, used the opportunity to talk about her love for Mulan and their similarities, and my coworker gave me a funny look. After the two girls went off to play, my coworker asked me why I allow my daughter to say things like that when it is obviously offensive. I explained the context behind my daughter's words, and my coworker said that I shouldn't let my daughter word it as such because others will find it offensive. I tried to explain how policing my young autistic daughter's words and insinuating that she was somehow being bad by saying them could affect her. She already struggles to communicate her feelings with us, so the fact that she was even able to explain her feelings about her identity to us with words is a major accomplishment for her. For additional context, my coworker is also white, and I say this not to mean that white people can't call other white people out for being racist, but just to establish that I wasn't trying to argue with someone about their own valid feelings about their culture and ethnicity.
All right. So I think that this one is not the jerk, to be quite honest.
I agree, and for what it's worth, my favorite Disney princess is Mulan. I'm a neurodivergent person, and I have a lot of the same feelings here that the daughter does. You know, I think a lot of folks who are neurodivergent, also a lot of queer and trans folks, relate to Mulan because of her kind of like outsider status. And I think the daughter is explaining things the best she can. Now, obviously,
Yeah.
I'm a white lady, so haven't experienced this from the any other like perspective, but I think it's clear if you talk to her what she means. She's very
Yeah.
clear. She's not saying I'm just like Mulan because I have the same like cultural identity or something. She's saying I'm just like Mulan because we both have a hard time fitting into the
Yeah,
world.
she identifies with Mulan's personality. She identifies with Mulan in a way that some people may not be able to. And I think that it's important to allow people to express how they feel about things like that and not to get overly judgy. And I mean, I think that there are certainly like uh there are different things that you could argue on this, and this could get to be a messy conversation, but I think that in this particular case, around this particular context, this is a very innocent thing for her to have said, and for her to express herself in such a way. It's very clear, like what you were saying, that this isn't meant to be anything more than her feeling like she fits in with Mulan.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks to Amber for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So like we said at the very beginning, we said that you would show them your outfit here.
Yes, so I have a little Valentine's outfit on. I have hearts all over my skirt. My skirt has pockets. It
Pockets.
is incredible.
Can you believe it? Pockets.
Yes, yes. So I'm very happy to have pockets on my skirt. And now I'm gonna perch and be tall.
Amber is far more tall than I am right now. So if you like this video, consider giving us a like. Oh, also happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, day after Valentine's Day.
Day after Valentine's Day. Hopefully you got to spend time with your special loved ones.
Yes, I'm spending time with Brian recording a video.
Exactly.
And then we're going to do my Instagram.
If you like this video, consider giving us a like. And if you dislike this video, consider giving us a dislike. Or me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye!